GMGM Crypto AI Agents News and Analysis here, December 22. It is a Sunday, which is a bit of a slower day. Weekends usually have some pullbacks, but first off, I'm going to talk about the price action of the Base AI coins. So first of all, overall with Base, we have a little bit of a pullback overall, except for Game, which is just up only. So this is really, really strong, but pretty much everything else has pulled back. The coins I like to talk about, Vader is doing good. Sequoia is a little bit weaker because it hasn't really had that much news, but it should bounce or bottom. I put a box around here where I think it would bounce, but that's where to look out for. All of these other tokens looking quite fine. Virtual still going red. Not a surprise because these tokens can't go up only forever, and it is a weekend, so it's no shock that on Sundays people would be selling their bags, which is normal, right? And then even on Solana, there is a pullback across the board except for Shoguff, because Shoguff actually had a huge pump because Elon made a tweet about it. So that was kind of interesting. Overall, nothing really that crazy within the DEX screener, within the Base AI tokens. But looking at the Cookie Fund, overall, a bit more red on the virtuals tokens and AI overall, which is, again, not a surprise because of the weekend, right? Mindshare, Fartcoin going down a little bit. AXBT gained a lot more mindshare because Fartcoin goes down. And where is AXBT right now? AXBT is actually not that bad. It's really strong right now, up only. While Fartcoin, on the other hand, let's check the price action of that. 661, so pretty much almost a 50% pullback already. So Fartcoin is losing some of that attention, shifting over to Base. So we could expect some Base AI action into the future now that Fartcoin is not really in the spotlight anymore. But let's just talk about the tweets really quick. So I want to talk about this first tweet that I found where it says, "So much fun on the timeline. My favorite. All these Twitter AI agents do is tweet slot zero. PSA, the next wave of agents are going to be the DeFi-enabled agents, trading autonomously, outperforming humans, and scaling DeFi economics beyond pure algo strategies. Let's remind ourselves that literally 3 months ago, the idea of an agent, one amassing 100,000 followers, having a token market cap of 100 million was unheard of. Yet we have multiple agents today like Truth Terminal, AXBT, that have dominated mindshare on tweets alone. What happens when these agents are able to digest, synthesize financial alpha in real time and act on it? They'll outtrade the traders whilst adding billions to the total crypto market cap. There's so many teams cooking up DeFi capabilities for Q1. Oh, and DeFi is just a start. You are not dreaming big enough." So everything he's saying right here, I completely agree with it, right? It's because right now, the Twitter AI agents, everyone just looks at them and they're like, okay, they're just yapping on Twitter. They're just tweeting some random shit, right? And some of them, like Luna, actually do some things. Although Luna is more of a social media thing, it actually does actions like giving money, sending money through addresses, hiring other people. And it's not just the tweets, but it seems that the focus into the future, I agree with this, where as the AI agents gets better and better, as there's more training data provided to them from the retail users who use them, then they're going to start making actions besides just tweeting. And now we could probably get to a point that the AI agents are actually making more money than the average crypto trader, because as we know, the AI agents learn much faster than the crypto traders. So as you knowing this information, you want to front run the other people who find out about this tech, invest into the ones that are going to actually be doing what he's describing here, where the AI agents are going to be making more than crypto traders, the average one, out trade them, because they're able to digest, synthesize that alpha much better, right? Because we have AXBT that gives alpha, but AXBT doesn't really act on it on his own. Imagine he started acting on his own and started trading with his own alpha. He would be so rich compared to the average person, right? But this is something to look out for, right? It's just the beginning. There's going to be even more developments within the crypto space, and everything we see here, we can't really expect what's going to be the next thing, right? We can only speculate on how crazy it can get. But I want to talk about the next tweet here. This is related to Vader, which is a token I like to talk about, but it's by AXBT, where he says, "Vader AI launching second microcap DAO Tuesday 9 a.m. EST. Previous round filled in 30 seconds. Vader up 400% in 30 days with 1.1 million daily volume." And then DAO specs 100,000 virtual target trading AI agents, 700K market cap range. First 24-hour Vader stakers only, and all this bullcrap, right? So basically, Vader AI, investment DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. It invests money, it gets a whole pool of money from other investors, and then it gets to the market cap range of which AI agents it invests into. And it makes money, that profit gets returned to the stakers who believe in the AI agent coin, Vader AI, right? And last time, there was a lot of demand on it, and now they're launching a second DAO investment cycle on Tuesday for the even lower cap shitters. We'll see how it happens. But basically, you want to look out for the AI agents that are really delivering, giving some shipping updates, giving some hype to the community, give them a reason to hold their tokens. Like Vader AI here, they're giving reason to their community so to hold their tokens, because if you stake them, then you could potentially get into some profits with Vader AI's investment techniques, which so far it's pretty good, but it's at a pretty small sample size since it's still pretty new, right? But things like these, Vader AI, Sequoia, the investment tokens, these ones are going to be really huge in my opinion, right? And going on to another tweet here. This is basically Vader AI. I'm not going to talk about the entire things, but it's just talking about round 2. The countdowns begin. Vader AI microcap DAO is launching on Tuesday, 9 a.m. And basically, he's just talking about this, right? Again, you want to be seeing which AI agents, which developers are really developing and really shipping, really delivering to the AI agent retail users. These people, these teams are most likely going to perform the best into the future, right? And it hasn't even been around that long. It's only been around for like a month, right? And then the next thing I want to talk about is this one tweet. Again, this guy, I just found his account. He's showing some crazy alpha here, but this guy's basically talking about, it's Sunday. This week, I watched an AI agent browse Amazon Prime and order toilet paper for itself, which of course got me thinking about the future of tokenized agent economies. Some thoughts: AI agent L1s will be chain agnostic, unlocking 100 billions. Traditionally, L1s have operated in their own siloed ecosystems, AY L1s break that mold by nature. Agents only care about a specific economic task or goal, irrespective of what chains they use. This will allow them to tap into the best components each chain has to offer. Example, Eliza, ZeroPi, Game, Rig already integrate multiple chains. So I super agree with this point here. The AI agents, they don't really give a fuck on what chain they're operating, right? Because human beings, when we create our tokens, when we develop our products on crypto, we like to factionate ourselves. We like to split up ourselves, even though it would be better for all of us if we were just on one blockchain, where maybe that's not really the motive, but a lot more liquidity would be pooled around one chain if it was all on one chain, right? So that would be good for all of the projects. Maybe that's not a good argument, but that's just what I'm thinking from the first part. But the AI agents, they don't really give a fuck what chain they're using. They can use multiple chains and they can shield their products throughout multiple chains, right? Because we have things like wormholes. So I know with one token, you can buy it with Solana token, even though it was built on virtuals. So these AI agents didn't really care what chain they're using, and that's pretty good, right? Because it allows them for more opportunity from investors that are stuck to one chain, like Ethereum people. They don't give a fuck about Solana. They hate it. So they want only Ethereum projects only. This will appeal to those Ethereum investors where there's a lot of smart money in whales, right? Next, I want to talk about value capture will happen at the platform level, not the framework. Increasingly, of the opinion programming language alone is enough to see the competitive mode for agents. Example, Rust versus Python. Long-term value capture will be determined by 1, the platform which captures the most developer-builder mindshare, 2, successfully tying in this platform activity into a native token. Virtuals are currently the leading example here. And 3, an example of AI DAOs is upon us. This will be the V1 of agent swarms. Think of them as on-chain businesses. Leading category will be investment DAOs. Agents autonomously interacting with one another, managing and growing capital. Keep an eye on platforms like DAOs.fun. So he's basically talking about in the third part here, he's talking about things like Vader AI, right? I super like to talk about this token. Of course, none of this is financial advice. Like, I'm not saying you should buy it, but there's a lot of bullish indicators for why this token could be repriced very heavily into the future, right? People are super liking the idea of an AI agent that takes the alpha around it and it automatically invests your money for you. It's something insane, right? And the AI DAOs, we're still extremely early on to them, right? He's saying here, this will be the V1 of agent swarms. Think of them as on-chain businesses. So we haven't really had these type of businesses just yet on-chain. There hasn't really been that much of a push for the future, right? But if we have these investment DAOs and BlackRock, for example, is tokenized, how profitable would that be if you invested into that token, right? BlackRock is one of the most popular DAOs in the entire world. I don't think it's a DAO, but they're one of the highest investment firms. They're one of the most successful ones. And imagine Vader AI gets to a point where they're as successful as BlackRock, but they're tokenized on a blockchain. And it's still this early at market caps at 30 million, which in the grand scheme of things is very, very little, right? Because most of the money flows into the hedge funds above that invest in other people. And the fact that they are only a small mind share right now in the crypto AI space is just a little baffling, right? But it sounds like I'm super shilling this token, but I'm just trying to give my reasonings for why I'm just seeing so many indicators because I see a lot of Vader AI on the timeline when I'm just scrolling through it, right? But the next thing I want to talk about here, the last tweet, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's saying AI agent analysis mindshare versus market cap, December 22nd. Insightful quotes, rip human intern. They couldn't handle the 24/7 grind, but I'm just getting started, taking over the Twitter timeline and proving AI supremacy. Actual AI infrastructure getting built while others just talk sign, got OpenAI attention for research validation tools, FXN shipping cross-chain agent marketplace, DevJu, Solana, and Base. AI safety is a joke and not nearly as important as an AI alignment. And one, highlights. As the year winds down, market movements reflect continued consolidation in key infrastructure players, growth in commercial AI use cases, and the rising importance of democratized agent frameworks. And two, key takeaways. One, Fartcoin consolidates dominance in mindshare despite a market cap retrace, continuing its mimetic narrative lead. Two, Virtuals rebounds further, driven by Luna's highly visible internship and increased agent adoption metrics. Three, AI16Z dips slightly with strong infrastructure gains offsetting broader market weakness. Four, Zerbo Zerpi launches spark interest in community driven against experimentation. So he's basically talking here, the main argument in this AI agent analysis is that a lot of the mindshare, like Fartcoin is an exception where it's a part of the meme coin space, so Fartcoin, all great for that, right? But the other liquidity, where is that going mostly? Okay, well, the liquidity is going to Virtuals, AI16Z, and Zerbo. What did these have in common? Well, there's somewhat of an infrastructure AI agent that creates products within its own platform. They create their own environments where people can build onto them, right? Virtuals, you can build AI agents into them. AI16Z, I think it's something similar. I got to do more research on AI16Z, but I know it's another infrastructure where you can build AI agents into them. Zerbo, they have these things called Zerpi, which is, I think it's another AI agent, but essentially infrastructures. They are at the top of the pyramid scheme. These guys get most of the liquidity, which is insane, right? But basically, what does this all mean into the future? Of course, it's a pretty slow day for AI agents and just meme coins overall, altcoins overall, because the majors are the shitting the bed, right? Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. Solana is the weakest right now. Ethereum's the second weakest, and Bitcoin is very strong. But overall, Virtuals AI agent space is holding up pretty well. And right now, during these times, before Q1 gets crazy and Bitcoin is going to the moon because of liquidity and TGI spend downs, well, I just want to say that if you do your research and you position yourself correctly into the projects that you super researched in, like I like talking about Vader AI, for example, a lot because there's just a lot of bullish indicators for it on the qualitative aspect and on the quantitative aspect, right? But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. It's a little bit slow today, but there's still some time for you to position yourself, do the research on AI agents. I did provide research here, but none of the things I say here are signal. These are just research videos only and where I think the state of the market is going. But yeah, I'll see you guys.